Hey guys, what's up? FG John, long story short, once again, I didn't write out a speech for this because I don't feel like that's necessary. You can follow along with me even though I jumble around and stuff like that. So, um, so I'm going to jumble around, by the way. But, anyways, long story short, FG John, which is the sponsor of Hammer Time, Frost Gaming sponsor, he gave me an idea. He said if I wanted to do a lot better at proving you guys that I didn't do anything in that video, all that kind of stuff, what would be a good idea is to take my webcam, put it at the same angle, take bandicam, turn it on, and record both things, like both bandicam and webcam, and play an S&D pub. And then take that video, use color correcting just like Mav did to just highlight reds, and then go frame by frame and see if I can get the same kind of stuff that Mav did. And so what I had to do first was figure out how Mav got the dots he did, right? And it was kind of weird because they only lasted for like a couple frames, which is like a millisecond. Not really enough for me to see even if I was using something like that, which stupid in my opinion because it's not long enough for me to even notice it. And it was such for a short amount of time, so I tried to figure out what it was. What I boiled it down to was I know my webcam. Whenever any video I've ever made with my webcam has had what is called resampling on it. Now, I can't fix that with the webcam. I haven't figured out how. How you fix it for, I'll tell you what it is in a second, but how you fix it for, like when you use Bandicam or Fraps or something like that, is when you put it in Sony Vegas, you right click on it, go down to, hold on, let me think. Go down to, switches. I'm looking at it right now, by the way. Switches, and then you click disable resample. Now, what that does, you'll notice it right off as soon as you click it. What resample is to put it in layman's terms, to put it in simple terms, is basically it's kind of like a ghost image of what just happened before. Like I don't know if it's a frame or the frame before or a couple frames before. I'm not really sure about that, but it looks like it's at least the frame right before. So anyways, so how this works is I don't know why it's made. It's always default on any program you use to record, and you can't take it off. I guess I don't know. Well, at least for my webcam, I couldn't figure out how to take it off. Even when I clicked disable resample, it never took it off. And so that's probably because I used Xsplit to record it, but I'm getting on a rabbit trail here. But anyways, what was I saying? So basically, I'll explain to you how it worked on the minimap. Now the minimap has, because you used red color corrector, anything close to red, yellow, orange, those colors like that, there's a possibility that those will be turned to red, and you'll see in the video I'm making, and that will come that will come in the later part in this video that does happen quite a bit when you use color corrector. So what happens is the things that are close to that, which would be the A and B bomb site, the bomb itself, the bomb carrier. Those are the only four things that have any kind of red in them or are any kind of icon on the map themselves. Okay. Besides the little white people that are your teammates, of course, but we're disregarding that because that has nothing to do with this. So, anyways, now when I'm how to explain this? When I move my mouse, my minimap is going to turn along with me. So if I turn 90 degrees, my minimap is going to quickly spin to 90 degrees, right? And so with resampling, if I flick really fast, one frame is probably going to be like 45 degrees, maybe even the whole 90 because it's not very high FPS. And so the frame before is going to show a faint image, a faint ghost-like image of what was just in the frame before. So the little A and B site are going to be faintly in a different spot, and the bomb and everything on the minimap is going to be that way. And those are the big colored things that are there, so they're going to show up a lot bigger or a lot better than the other things. Okay. And it also makes your video, by the resample, also that's the reason why a lot of people's videos look really gross and bad quality. It's not really bad quality, it's just resampling. You have to disable it if you're using Bandicam or Fraps. But anyways, rabbit trail again. So how it works is with that faint image, you can't really notice it at all until you go frame by frame because it is, like I said, only the frame before. So, or it's only a ghost image of the frame before, so it's so fast you wouldn't be able to notice it unless you go frame by frame. So, what you got to do to even notice that, first, ignore the color corrector, is you download a video, go through it frame by frame, frame by frame, frame by frame of one of my webcam videos, and you'll notice it happens. And it's always in relation to the bomb, like I said, those icons. It's always in relation to that. It's always somewhere close to that. And so if you take color corrector and do the red color corrector thing that me and Mav did, which I'm guessing it's the one he used. It looks exactly like it, so I'm guessing it was, and he had it highlighted it when he was making the video. It's called color corrector secondary, and what you can do is it gives you the choice to use saturation to highlight certain colors. So I used it to highlight reds or whatever. It doesn't give you an exact ability to do just like reds. It's like a little line that you go up and down on, and I did it. I moved it until it only highlighted the reds, and that's how I did mine. So what that does is anything that is red or close to red will be shown as like a red or reddish color, or just be highlighted and brighter and bigger and stuff like that, right? And so all those little faint images that you could barely see before, even though you're going frame by frame, that you could barely see before, are going to be highlighted, brighter, redder, everything like that, okay? And so that's the little explanation I have. I think that's all I need to tell you before we go ahead and watch this video. Trying to think. Sorry, I'm kind of a jumble, but yeah, I think that's it. That's all you need to know before you watch the video. So now you know what resampling is. You know what I'm showing you in this video. You can check it out yourselves. I'll give a link to the bandicam of the pub and the webcam video of the pub in the description, and you can go through Mav's video and and check it out yourself. Everything, well, I'm showing you Mav's video here, but so you can see it clearer, because mine won't be as high quality as his, because I'm recording on the screen of his or whatever, blah, blah, blah. So, anyways, into the video. Now remember that I'm pointing out that every single one of these little things, like anomalies that he's pointing out, these blurs, they're not even dots, they're blurs, that he's pointing out have something to do with those icons on the minimap, and I'll show you that later. So anyways, I'm just showing you this for now, like on his video. So on this first one, pretty self-explanatory. The B-side icon is what he's pointing at. That's what that is right there. Now, right now, it's blurred. It's yellow because I'm like it just does it sometimes, and then the B will pop up. That's the B popping up on it. I'll show you that, of course, in my video. But I'm just letting you know this first one is the B-side icon. It's not even anywhere near Tractor, nowhere near where he is. Now, this next one is the A-side icon that he's looking at, and you'll see it. It's exactly what he points out. Right now, it's blurred. You can't even see the A at all. And then pops up, bam, you can see the A. And there's some slightly kind of, not even reddish, but they're kind of like an orangish, yellowish, just a little bit brighter of a color on the A. And I'll show you, like, once again, later on how that happens. Okay, see? There they are. Alright, and pay attention. The bomb carrier right there. Watch him die. Bomb drops right there. Okay, this one is very stupid in my opinion. It's so dumb. It's the fucking bomb that we're looking at. And now, the only reason why I'm showing you this clip is, one, to show you that it's the fucking bomb sitting right there that you're seeing on the minimap, not a person. And two, if you'll notice that he says there's 2 red dots here in a second. The 2 red dots are just the bomb, and with the resampling, the image will kind of almost separate when I move enough, stuff like that, which I'll show you in the later video. You'll notice it, but just letting you know that's what he's talking about, and that's what I'll show later. And then once again, he points out that the A thing popped up again. Yeah. And just to let you know, if you haven't watched Dinksy's video yet, watch it. It shows that none of these dots are even in the same place as any of these people. Just saying. Okay. And then this one, he's saying that that red dot on the site, or the red dot on the minimap is A alley right there, or A connect right next to the doors. When it's not. It's to my right. It's the bomb, obviously. And he says it follows that person, doesn't follow that person. It's just that one is just straight up retarded on his part. All right. Next one. Okay, this one, pay attention to this. Where he's pointing out that this anomaly little thing is, it looks like a line actually, not even a dot, but is at B site. And if you'll notice to the right over here, you can see the C4 icon, which means my teammate is in waters. They're in waters. with the bomb, and so there's going to be a slightly red blur up there because of the bomb carrier, and there's also going to be the slightly yellow with the black inside of it blur because of the B bomb sight. Now what pops out is because when I'm moving, it's going to blur it. Like I said, you know, it's going to make like kind of a separate image of it, and then with his color corrector, it's going to show up even bolder on the, and so it looks like two different B site icons, and they blur into one. It makes a black line because of the B and the red. I don't know exactly how to, you know, but you'll get what I mean later on. And plus, he said there's 5 dots there because if that was dots, that would be like 5 dots, and obviously there was only 2 at the water, as Dinksy pointed out. And I don't know why a minimap hack would only show the people near water and not the people in the middle too. And why would it show that there's so many people outside of water or wherever that line was? And it just doesn't make sense. And here once again he's pointing out the A and B side icons, and they're doing the thing I'll show you later with how they kind of like show. That made no sense. But also notice that the little dots he's pointing out, there's only one person left alive, and he's pointing out 2 dots, and they're both on A and B site, right? And how did the A site guy move so fast from A to doors? Don't know. But anyways, if it was really a person. Anyways, notice this once again because of the resampling. When I move at all my crosshair, the minimap's going to move, and it's going to make those images slightly fainter and to the other side, and then when he color corrects it, it makes it a lot more bold and looks like 2 different objects. So if you watch, you'll notice the bomb, and by the way, the guy is to my left under the stairs, so nowhere even close to the bomb. So, just watch. Yeah, he's taking a bit long. Okay, see how I moved and it started to like blur and come out a little bit or resample over to the left because it's going from the left to the right. Minimap is making it move from the left to the right. And just remember, neither one of the guys is nowhere near that. Dinksy's video shows that one was under the stairs to the left and one was in A site, or A site on the rocket, which is nowhere near the bomb. Anyways, skipping the video here a little bit. I'm tired of him talking. So anyways, and he's showing that there's a dot, which is the A site A on the blinking or coming back on and off because of the blur and the resample. It makes it kind of blur up. And he's saying that there's a dot down there, like that the guy's down there. But at this point, by the time I even got to A control, that guy has already rotated up into wood and is making his way to A control behind me. And at this point right here, and so he was nowhere even near where he was saying the dots were yet again, nowhere near. And yet again, after I pick up the bomb here, if you watch my video of it, or even the stream or anything, or Dinksy's video of it, any of those videos, it shows you that the guy probably right now, I think, is in A control. Or coming down. I think he's coming down. Yeah, he came down and he shot at me right when I went to plant the bomb. So he's going frame by frame. So this is maybe like a second or 2 that he's going through. He says the guy's up in A control, but that guy is already down, and he's pointing. It's the A site icon on the minimap that he's pointing at. There's not even a dot there, anything that looks like a dot. So I don't even know. He's going insane on that one. But anyways, this guy just shot at me just now. So he just shot. So he's already down at A on like next to the rocket. And I pull out my gun because he just shot at me. I turn to the left and I get on the rocket and to hide, try to figure out where he is because my minimap is telling me that he's in a site, right? Fucking idiot. Anyways, and turn. He shoots at me again to my left, and so I just pre-fire and then kill right there. So anyways, this is the next one. Now he's once again pointing at A and B site icon, and because I'm moving, the blur in the resample causes the A and B like letter to be covered up and uncovered, and so it makes it look like it's blinking a dot, but it's the A and B number alphabet like fucking symbol in the middle. And then also because I'm moving, the resample causes the A and B to kind of move off, like, you know, to have a slight image of where they were before, and so it looks like 2 separate dots, but it's not. Yet again, I'll show you how that happens later.
Enough to muddle the yellow to actually show like discoloration, you could just tell. And these things are circles, so like you can see the surroundings kind of mending around it. So, but yeah, that's that. Yeah, you can see them really.
I don't know why he didn't realize this.
You can see a disconnection between the bomb blinking.
Okay, in this one, I adjust. He says I am standing still, but as you'll notice, it's just moving right there, moving right there. I just stopped moving, and because of the resample, yet again, it's going to look like it moved a frame after I just stopped. And so that's why the minimap moves for a frame, is because it's still correcting, it's doing the resample, and it's still making it look like I'm, you know what I mean? Making it look like I'm kind of still moving. And so, yeah, and he just planted the bomb. And as I showed on my video, you know why I knew that guy was there to the left, because I saw him drop, etc. Watch my video if you don't realize it, if you don't know. And also, why would my minimap hack not show the guy to the left? And if it didn't, how was I supposed to just blatantly know he's there with a minimap hack that's not even showing he's there? Right? His video just makes no sense. And when the bomb's blinking, by the way, because of the resample, after it blinks for a frame, it will show a slight, like, very faint blur of it still being there. And that's what he's saying is, and also because I'm moving, it kind of detaches a faint image of the bomb from the bomb itself because of the resampling. That's what he's pointing out. Which he's pointing out that he's saying that the guy's near the stairs to my right at on the elevator, or near that, when the guy's not even nowhere near that, or else he would have killed me. And so I skipped to the next one here. And also, this black blur, this was something that really confused some people. So what I'm going to do, the reason why I was really confused about this too, I was like, what the fuck? So I took my original point of view without his color correction and put it on, and I'm putting it in here, and you're gonna see exactly what it is. It's the part on the minimap that shows the stairs. The stairs, I'll show you in a bandicam to show you how detailed they are outlined each stair, so it makes it look like a black kind of blob whenever you're looking at it in the lower resolution, but lower quality, like webcam video. So you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. It's not even a person at all. It doesn't even move. It's the fucking stairs. And that's the reason why, let me put it this way. If I was using a minimap hack, why the fuck would I not know he's dropping off and coming that way if it's on the minimap? Like, why? I'm not even looking at him. I have to flick and react to him and hear my teammate's call of him saying he's jumping off in order to know that he's coming. You'll see, though. Okay, now this is the original footage that I uploaded. As you can see here, and I'm pointing it out with a little white arrow, that is the stairs, and I'm pointing at it the whole time. Even after I kill him, it's still there. And it's to my left, and it's still ahead of me. It's still there. I mean, there's no way it's anything else. And then I'll show in the bandicam right after this. It probably is up by now because I'm not watching it as I'm talking. But you'll see that the stairs are right there where that little smudge is. Okay, now here's the video I made showing all this shit. Now right now I'm showing how the minimap, or the B-site icons, or the site icons kind of blur, and also there's like a little red tint to them sometimes. You notice that there too. Now watch this bomb real quick. I'll explain everything in more depth as this goes along, but I gotta be quick on this one because it happens so fast. Now watch this bomb separate. You see how it separates? It's because I moved the resampling, and the color correction makes it so bright that it looks like two separate bombs. It looks exactly like what Mav had in his video. It's exactly what it is. It's the resample causing the image to kind of reproduce. Now, as you can see, it gives a little red tint to the site again. And sometimes they just catch their own little red tint every now and then. And I'll have the bandicam and everything so you can see that there is nothing like that on the bandicam. Anyways, so as you can see here, I'm showing you that there's two separate red. Again, I don't know if you guys can see this or not. I can see it pretty good. And then there's two separate B's, or A, or whatever the fuck that is. And then watch how it blurs. You can see the letter right now. You see the black letter. And then, well, I actually already went over that. But if you back up, you can see the letter and then not see it and then see it again. That's how it works. I see it's blurred again. Blurred. And then once I get up here, doesn't unblur yet, but the other one, watch the other one. It blurs, like he showed, and then it unblurs. And you can see the dot again. Now the other one should unblur here in a second. It's all because I'm moving. That's the reason why it's doing this. I told you, the resample causes this. And see, they're both blurred now again. And then there's the bomb. And the bomb actually caused the site to be read by the resample of it traveling over the icon of the bomb site. But that's not the only reason why the bomb sites get a slight red tint like they did in Mav's video. They do it by themselves quite a bit because of the color correction that Mav used and I used. You'll see that later on. But otherwise, without the color correction, the bomb sites would have been just yellow. But anyways, because of the color correction, any color close to red, see, as you can see here, it puts a little red tint right on the orange. And the bomb's not even near it. So, it does it sometimes, and in the later clips, it's even more obvious. This one's not the greatest. It just had the bomb separate really blatantly, so I wanted to show you that first. Okay, what's this one showing? Let's see. I recorded this before I did the narration, so I don't remember exactly what I'm pointing out. Oh, I'm pointing out that the bomb separated again and went up there. So as I moved, the bomb kind of left a little image of where it was the moment before. That's what I was showing there. And then here it is even more blatantly because I moved even faster. And then it's all blurs, as you can see, because I'm moving extremely fast. I did a lot of turns on this when I was recording this just to show you guys how bad it gets whenever I move really fast. And so there you go, it blurred and then unblurred, and there's the dot in the middle for what that shows like A and B or whatever. And that's what the dot in the middle is. That's what he noticed so much. And then it got a slight red tint to it. I don't know if you can tell that. It's way more obvious later on. And then here we go again. You see how it's kind of splitting up? That could make like the extra dots like what he was talking about when I moved. And then here we go again. Both of them have a red tint to them right here. Both of them have a red tint, and they're both motion blurred, or not motion blurred, but resampled and separated. And then that one's got had a bright red to it. And also the dot just showed up again after it was blurred, which is what he was pointing out in a lot of his. Blurred, and then it's whole again. I'll show you that, I think, here. Yeah, I'm going to show you that. Blurred, and then there's the A or B side icon, or the letter in the middle. And then here we go. You can see how it blurs and separates. And then you can see that the bomb is to the right of it, but it still shows a little bit on top of it because of the resample. And the B side is a little bit red in the middle. And then you can see that the bomb is to the right of it, but it still shows it's on it a little bit because of the resample. And then, okay, I died to that cheater. He was walling the whole game. And I'm showing you that again, that it's doing that where it's kind of like stretching it because of the resample. Oh, this is the beginning of the round. Okay, I'm showing you. See how A and B both have a kind of reddish tint to them right there, blatantly on A side. It has like a reddish tint. We have the bomb. The bomb guy's right in front of me as I'm showing you here. So the bomb's not near there. There's nothing red that will be near there. But because of the color correction that me and Mav both did, that's why I did it in this video to show exactly what he did. It's leaving the orange and yellows. It sometimes gives them kind of a reddish tint depending on, I don't know the circumstance. I don't know really how it does it, but it just does it. And so I was showing you that like all throughout this that it does that. You can see it blatantly. And then, okay, you can see it goes from having the black dot to blur right here. And then the black dot appears here in a second. And also it's separating. That's what I just showed you. There's the black dot again. It's kind of reddish on B site. Now let's see what happens next. I don't really know what I'm showing you here. I think it's just I'm showing you that it's blurred again. And that it's kind of reddish on A site and B site. Both of them are kind of reddish. And we have the bomb still in our spawn. We haven't even made it really out of our spawn yet. The A site was just blatantly red again for a second there. And the B site is too. I don't know if it depends on the color that's in the background or what. But sometimes it just randomly does it. I don't understand it. And so we have the bomb back there as I showed you. And then what am I... Okay, so I'm thinking I'm showing how it blurs again. Yeah, it blurred because of the resample and the lower quality. Blurs, and separates because of the resample yet again. Kind of leaves a trail of itself behind. And then here, this blurs really bad. And then it's red. It's red. That's what I'm showing you here. It's red, and it's blurred, and then it shows the B again. And then it's blurred here again and slightly red. And then again. And then the bomb's back there is what I'm showing you. And you can see it constantly blurring and unblurring. And that's what he thought was happening in a lot of the Mexico clips. He thought those were dots of people, and then you can see how it's like bigger than it should be, meaning it's like leaving a trail of itself behind, which could be which is a lot of times of what he would thought were two or another dot next to the site or something like that. I don't remember exactly how he put it, but you know what I'm talking about. And then the bomb's at near A. It's in middle actually right now, and so I'm showing you that. And then B site gets red. There, it blinked red just a second ago. I think I might go back to it. Yeah, there it is. It blinked red right there, right there. Blatantly red, and it undid it again, and then it did again, but just blinked again. But I don't think I paused it back to that. And it's red. I'm showing you there's nobody in sight, and that there's no bomb carrier in sight is what I mean. And there's nothing in sight to make it have that red tint. It just happens, and it did it again. Just blinked right there. You're welcome to try all this yourself. I'll teach you how to do the color correction at the end of the video. And you're welcome to download and try it all yourself. And then I'm showing you the bomb carrier is in mid. He's not near either one of these sites, and that A site has a dash of red in it. And the guy that is on the other team is actually somewhere near our spawn. I think both of them are, because he kills him here in a second. And then so I'm going on top of A. It's got that reddish little hue to it. There, and that B site blinked a little bit of red. Still there. Mine's a little bit red. My site, the one I'm on, A site, a little bit red. And then I'll show you another trailing bomb thing, like where it kind of separates once I get near the spawn after he kills this guy. You'll see it. To show you how things separate. And see how it's so blurred right now? Because I'm moving, and I don't know, I guess the way I'm moving causes it to, and then it pops right back up, and it looks like there's dots in the middle of it, just like he was saying. Okay, so he killed the guy. The bomb's chilling right there. And here, I'll back it up. I don't know if you just caught that at normal speed. But pay attention to the bomb. See that? Okay, I'll go forward now. Yeah, see how it separates right there? It looks like a separate dot right outside of it. It's another thing he thought was a person. And the guy's actually nowhere near that. He's in the little cubby of near our spawn. You'll see him. But anyways, he's nowhere near that. And then I go out here in a second, but it's doing it again. You can't quite probably see that because that one's kind of faint. Because I know it's going to be worse quality whenever I render it, even though it's going to be 1080p. And it's doing it blatantly right here. There's like a blur. There's another blur because none of the stuff he showed were dots. All of them were blurs. And so it's another blur right outside of it. I'll probably mouse over it here in a second. Yeah, right there, right there. Blatantly obvious, right there. Does it again. Does it again. And the guy is right here to the left. He's nowhere even near those. And then it's separating all over. You can even see the sight separating as I move. I think I'm showing you that here. Yeah. Watch the sight. See how it separates? So there it goes again. And now the A's and the little thing pops up again. And plus, when you look at the bandicam, you'll notice that none of this stuff happens in the bandicam because the bandicam, you can disable the resample in Sony Vegas on bandicam. Plus, the bandicam is not at an angle like the webcam is, and it doesn't have to constantly change its lighting like the webcam does to keep, I don't know why the webcam does it, but just to keep recording or whatever. I think that's all the clips. Yeah, that's all the clips I got. And I'll have a link to the bandicam of this pub I did and the webcam video of this pub for you guys to download and try this out. And also the bandicam is on there so you can see that I wasn't using any type of anything to get this done. It's just the webcam causes this because of its resample. It's low quality because it's not a program recording the screen, obviously. It's a 720p webcam. I'll put the model of it in the description. It says on it, let me see. I should say on it. It's a Logitech. It doesn't say on the webcam itself. I have the box somewhere around here. It's only, yeah, it's C525. It's a Logitech C525, which is like a $60 webcam. 720p is supposed to be, and it is 720p. It's just not as good quality as a recording program. Anyways, and so because of the resample, because of the color correction he did, and I think that's the only two reasons, really. That's what made all these dots pop up. And I don't know what else to tell you. If you don't believe me after this, then there's nothing else that can convince you. So that's me signing out. That's it. It's the last video I'll make on this. I'm done after this. I'm done worrying about it. I'm done caring whether or not you guys believe I'm legit or not. He ruined my reputation by this, by doing something stupid. Something as stupid as resample ruined my reputation, and that's fucking dumb. But anyways, appreciate you guys for watching the whole thing if you got to this point, and that's it.